Hi, Jim Carson here from Blackstock Ford, Orangeville, Ontario. Today, you probably noticed with this giant screen I must be inside a 2021 Mach-E, and I am indeed. This is a Mach-E Premium with the extended range battery and the all-wheel drive, in other words, twin engines. What I'm having today is our good friend and customer, Chris. Chris is known for his straightforward opinions. He'll give it to you straight. Chris is a Mustang enthusiast. He's a member of many Mustang clubs. He currently drives a supercharged S550 Mustang. He's had lots of previous performance cars and Mustangs prior to that. So he's coming down. I've asked him to take this for a drive and give you his impressions. Before we do that, I want to address a couple of things. When you're come to visit at the dealership and you want to take one for a test drive, keep in mind that the distance to empty, over here you see 53% battery, 114 kilometers to empty. Well, this only has 300 kilometers on it, and guess how it's been driven for the first 300 kilometers? Everybody who wants to take it for a test drive, what do they want to do? Well, we warm it up for them ahead of time. That takes power, of course. And then the customer gets out and they want to put their foot to the floor and they want to see, is it as fast as everybody says? And they all come back with a big smile on their face and say, wow, that thing is so fast, it's so linear. Yeah, of course. So remember that. Remember when you're coming in to test drive here at any other dealership, the range that you're going to see on in-stock inventory is going to be nowhere reflective of what you're going to get in real-world driving, especially when you're trying to maximize your distance in per charge. I've been driving it now for a couple of days. Of course, I'm thoroughly impressed, but you don't have to take it from me. So without further ado, let's let Chris tell you what his impressions are of the 2021 Mach-E.
Hi everybody, my name's Chris. I'm here at Blackstock Ford and we are in a 2021 Mach-E Mustang Premium. This one's all-wheel drive. It's really nicely appointed in here. Everything looks very nicely put together. The fit and finish on the interior is excellent. And we're going to take it out on the road for a little bit of a drive. I'm just going to go through some of the screens here with you. The important one is drive modes, and right now I'm in unbridled mode, which is the performance mode, and traction control is off. I have the propulsion sound on. Turn that off, turn it on, you get a little bit of noise there. So we'll take it out on the road and see how it drives. It's got the nice big center screen, push button start, which is funny because, you know, you're in an electric car, you're not really starting anything. It's got the little screen on the dash in the traditional location for screens, and I really like that. It looks really good. I find, you know, modern cars that don't have, especially electric cars, have a screen there. It looks a little bit too minimalist. It's a little bland. Yeah, this one's really nicely appointed. Heated steering wheel, heated seats. Really nice. My first impressions are how solid everything feels. Like, everything feels really well put together. Like, there's no rattles and squeaks. It absorbs the bumps really nice. It's firm, but it's not jarring. And that's an unbridled mode. It feels really good. It's so quiet. I don't hear any tire noise at all. And I would think with an electric vehicle that's not making any engine noise, you know, you start getting concerned about what other noises you're going to hear are going to be intrusive into the cabin. And I don't really hear any tire noise going on at this point. It's a windy day here in Orangeville, and there is a bit of wind noise in the cabin at speed. You can hear it buffeting off the A-pillars and the roof, but it doesn't seem too bad at all. Really nice driving, like nice feeling vehicle. All the materials feel really good. Good quality, higher quality. And again, the fit and finish seems really, really nice in here. Nice, relaxing drive. Like, it's so comfortable, and the seats are comfortable. I'm a bigger guy. The seats are very comfortable. They feel really nice. Now, the propulsion sound is on. I'm going to turn that off and see. Yeah, it doesn't make much of a difference if you're just cruising along. Yeah, you can hear it under acceleration though. You can hear the propulsion sound. Now, being electric, the batteries are in the floor, and it gives the vehicle a really low center of gravity, like much more than you would think it would for a vehicle of this size and style. Full panoramic roof on this one. It is tinted to block out, some of the sun, and which will come in handy, and especially in the summertime. But right now it's nice. It gives it a nice open, airy feeling in the cabin. Because the cabin, like the windows are quite short. I have no problem with visibility, but definitely you're in a coupe-styled vehicle. Yeah, it feels very good around the corners. Like very stable, really stable. Okay, let's try some passing. Wow. Wow. That's impressive. There is no want for any more power when it comes to passing, that is for sure. It's just pure thrust. There's no gear changes. It just propels you forward. It's incredible to think they're actually going to be making, a Mach-E GT, and it's going to be considerably quicker than this, and this already feels so quick. Wow. Very impressive. Coming into a pretty good S-bend here. Off the throttle, a little on the brake, just to load up the front end. Very solid and secure feeling. Lots of confidence. Lots of confidence going into corners with this. Like whether you're doing a daily commute with this or going for a nice weekend drive, it just feels really good. Like it's incredible how solid everything feels, how well put together. And yet the power is just amazing. And of course, the best part is you come home at night, you park it in your garage, you plug in the charger, and you got a full tank when you're ready to go in the morning. Like, that's awesome. It feels like I'm driving the future. That's what it feels like. I know there's a lot of people, especially car enthusiasts, who aren't thrilled that electric vehicles are here to stay, likely. But if this is any indication about what is to come, it feels pretty good. It feels pretty good to me. I'm pretty impressed. There will always be a want, especially among car enthusiasts, for an actual internal combustion engine, and that the sound that you get from that and the feeling. But as far as I'm concerned, this feels amazing as well, just in a different way. Jeez. That is something else. That is really impressive acceleration. Acceleration doesn't even feel, it's not even the right word. It's just, it feels like you're in a spaceship with a giant thruster on it. It's just amazing. So you can probably hear maybe a little the propulsion sound as I'm accelerating. But if I turn that off, gone. Everything's silent. I would have no problem parking this in the garage next to my Mustang GT. They're both exhilarating, just in different ways. Like it's hard to explain unless you experience it. But the way the power is delivered in this is just, it's like a magic carpet ride. It's really, really, it's a really strange feeling. It's a great feeling. It's just something that, you're used to gear changes in a traditional vehicle, and this is, you just plant the pedal and you are gone. No gear changes. You're just planted into the back of the seat and you go. And it's just a really incredible feeling. Nice and relaxed. And then, wow. I don't think I'd get tired of that. That's pretty cool. Now we're in engaged mode. Engage. It just feels a little bit, it's softened the edges of unbridled. The acceleration seems to be a little of a softer curve there. Whisper. Let's try whisper mode. And again, it seems, again, softer. But I think we'll stick with unbridled. Really solid feeling. Really solid feeling. Just a really great, confidence-inspiring drive. The brakes are really strong. Really good feeling on the brakes. Like they're so powerful when you hit the brakes that it's almost like you really have to learn to adjust your foot. At first they might feel a little bit grabby before you get used to how they engage, but you certainly wouldn't have any difficulties coming to a stop, that's for sure. Obviously, a big point of discussion has been whether or not this is a Mustang. Is this a Mustang that we're used to in the traditional sense? No, it's not. It's a different thing entirely. And if you are on any Mustang boards online or any social media, you'll know that there has been some backlash about calling this a Mustang. And it's not a Mustang, not, again, in the traditional sense. But if you think of what Ford is doing now in making Mustang a brand, this is now part of the Mustang family. And I'll tell you, it feels pretty good. And when you step on the accelerator, definitely there is performance here. Absolutely there is. Now, would I trade in my Mustang GT for this? No. Would I have this sit in the garage next to my Mustang GT? Absolutely I would. And there'll be a lot of people out there that want to be part of the Mustang heritage, but for whatever reason, the traditional Mustang isn't for them. Practicality, they have a family. With this, they can be part of that. And to those people, I say, welcome to the Mustang family, because I definitely think you will not be disappointed behind the wheel of this. The exterior styling is very cool. A lot of different Mustang cues. The headlights, the tail lights, some of the side panel design. It looks really sharp. And I'm glad to see that. Like a lot of newer electric vehicles, the styling on it, it's almost like they're trying to shout I'm electric with how bland they can be. And this is not like that at all. This looks really sharp. Yeah, definitely feels like the future.
So Jim Carson here once again, back with Chris. He's just done his road test on the Mach-E. You've already seen that part. Now's the next part. We're going to have some fun. Here's a 401 Mustang GT 2021 with a PP1 package, 10-speed automatic. Which one's faster? Well, Chris here knows a little thing or two about speed. His S550 Supercharged. He's driven lots of Mustangs. Check our other videos out on the channel when we drag raced in the wintertime a 727 horsepower Mustang GT versus a Focus RS versus an F-150. We've been to the track a couple times, lots of crazy stuff. Now, he's going to have some handicaps. This thing has got, it's 4 degrees Celsius out, maybe, more like 2 or 3 today. Snow and ice on the edge of the road, but the roads are a little bit wet, if not dry. But these P0s, P stands for pucks. Man, they're just as hard as pucks. 0 stands for no traction when it's cold out. So that's going to be a challenge, but he does have the PP1 with the locking 373 diff against the Mach-E 4X. 2 electric motors making it all-wheel drive. And we're going to see just which one is going to take the title. Now he's driven them both. What do you think? Which one is faster? 2021 Mustang GT PP1 automatic 460 horse or the Mach-E 4X?
In everyday driving conditions, in my opinion, the Mach-E 4X is going to leave the line more consistently and be quicker off the line, just because for the Mustang to achieve what it's supposed to achieve in numbers, the conditions have to be pretty perfect for that to happen. For this car, this traditional Mustang. For this traditional Mustang, you hit the accelerator pedal and you're gone, and it basically doesn't matter, you know, what the conditions are. It's just so fast.
Well, that's the whole controversy, is people saying this isn't a traditional Mustang. Well, traditional Mustang is performance, excitement, fun. To me, I don't care what they say. I'm glad they called it a Mustang. It gives you that exhilaration, that delivery of a thrill. It really does.
It's a thrust. It's just such a thrust. It's not like like if you've never driven anything like this, you've got to try it, because the experience, talking about it like we are, you can't describe it properly. You got to get behind the wheel and you'll just be blown away by how quick this thing is.
Well, let's be honest here. When we were out on the road following one another and we were at that light, I got on it and you were left there.
Yeah, no, there's just no comparison. It's just so hard to explain to someone unless you're actually in the seat. And you know, these cars, they're a blast. They're a lot of fun. You get the V8 growl, and you know, you can burn up the tires if you want in a private course somewhere. But when you compare it to what is, I consider, the future, like, it's just so fast. It's instantaneous, and it's not even like, I mean, it doesn't look like you're doing anything crazy. You just hit the accelerator and you're gone, and it's no fuss, no muss, no problem.
Well, let's make a deal. I've got about 25 of these GTs coming in for the 21 year. You know, we love to supercharge them. We sponsor the Mustang Club, and we're going to be at the track day. Hopefully this COVID stuff will allow it. And if I can swing it, if I bring a supercharged automatic Mustang and I have a Mach-E still left in stock, let's do it where it should be done on the drag strip, and let's answer this question for real.
Yeah.
And fair.
Yeah.
All right? Rock, paper, scissors, you get to pick which one. How's that?
I take the Mach-E.
Thank you for watching this video. We hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.